everyone, and you're watching Be Seen Solutions, and I'm your host, A.T. Bianco. Be Seen Solutions is a digital marketing and strategic advisory agency working with clients all across the globe to help grow their business. Today, we put a spotlight on one of our amazing clients and friends, Yvan Demosthenes, and he's here to talk about his veteran-owned recruiting business, HamiltonDemo. Yvan, how are you? It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, AT. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure on our side as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Yeah, just a little bit about myself. It's the same old story. Born in Haiti. And as a child, my parents moved here to the United States when I was about 6 months old. And we lived in New York when we first moved here. And around 10 years old, my father, who's a physician, decided that he wanted to move away from New York. So he moved the family a few months later to, of all places, Lima, Ohio. So I literally went from New York, living out in Long Island, in a neighborhood that looked like the United Nations, quite frankly. We had, my next door neighbor was Japanese, another one was Jamaican. We had another neighbor that was from Greece. And, it was just like the UN of neighborhoods and people, to say the least. And then we moved to Lima, where it wasn't so much the same, right? And there weren't a lot of Haitians, let me tell you, AT. But I enjoyed the experience. Lima is a wonderful place, but it really opened my eyes to diversity. Diversity wasn't spoken about a lot in the late 70s and 80s from the perspective of a young kid. But at 10 years old, I was really aware of the differences of people and young kids and families, and how that dynamic played a role in not just my life, but others' lives as well.
Tell us about HamiltonDemo, what exactly your company offers in detail, and how the company was started.
Yeah. So my business partner, Shawn Hamilton, we met about 6 years ago. And, we started talking. We had a lot of things in common, a lot of interests. And surprise, one thing that came up, hey, we should start a business, right? So Shawn, being an Airforce veteran, he really felt strongly and desired to give back to the community in a way that would, really enhance not just veterans, but all people, and provide opportunities wherever possible. So as we decided and moved forward with HamiltonDemo, it was important to us to have a designation, and being a certified veteran-owned business was something that we both embraced, wanted to project out into the marketplace. So we are a certified veteran-owned business, VBE, certified through the Department of Veteran Affairs, which we're very proud of, and I like to share that with everybody. So once we got that, we moved forward, and Shawn started off, or I should say he spent most of his career in healthcare finance. And I have almost 20 years in the human capital talent acquisition space. So we went out to some clients, and, we, as a new entrant, a startup, we focused on, and still are focusing on, our ability to provide executive and professional search and placement. And that's our wheelhouse. So we would like to focus on that. And, when the conversation gets deeper, we like to think, and we share with our clients, that we can really help hire from hourly all the way to the boardroom. And so with that, we can do and provide a lot of project work as well. So for instance, if someone is opening up a new office and needs to hire 1,000 people within 6 months, we can help them. Rather than doing 1 or 2 placements at a time, we can help them create that strategy and project to create that pipeline, so they have, as many candidates, qualified candidates, that match what they're looking for to hire on to that project. So we're very proud of that. As we grow to differentiate ourselves, we've been able to educate our clients and show them how we can intervene in the automation process. So through, I think for a lot of organizations, they have to do a lot more with a lot less. As you've heard in recent months, this country just does not have enough people to sustain the economy, to fill all the positions. Could you imagine where we would be if we had enough people to fuel the engine?
Right.
We're all companies are pretty much competing for the same people. It doesn't really matter, except for very few exceptions, which industry or whatnot. Anymore, there are a lot of there's a lot of competitions around a person. So I'll give you an example, like an accountant. It's not just banks and CPA firms looking for accountants. Everybody's looking for an accountant.
Right. Everyone's making money. Every business is making money.
Everyone with a shingle needs an accountant, right? So you're not just competing with other banks and other financial services. So that's just a quick example. So as I said, with companies trying to do more with less, they rely on technology and automation to help them with that process. Now, if with that automation, sometimes you miss candidates, right? Mm-hmm. And you're waiting for those candidates to be delivered. So that's great. So we can actually intervene in that process. When we do our own process, we use technology and resources too, but we'll use it in different places. We'll use it in different ways, and we also intervene in a way where we make sure that we're not missing a diamond in the rough.
Tell us a little bit about how you found BScene and how you started working with BScene and what it's been like so far.
Yeah, so it's interesting story. So I talked about Career Builder. So one of my former coworkers who I knew before Career Builder, we'd known each other for a couple of years, and then we just happened to be working at Career Builder at the same time. He now lives in Florida and has his own search firm. And earlier this year, we reconnected. And after some discussions and working on some opportunities, we decided to be more strategic and became strategic partners. And so in collaboration, he introduced us to BScene, and the rest is kind of history, right? So based on that relationship, we were introduced, and since we're working together, we're part of the fold now. And so HamiltonDemo is really happy to have met and started working with BScene. I will share with you, they are bringing some things that I was always interested in and was looking forward to exploring later. BScene then just really accelerated that process for me, and it's been pretty cool.
That's interesting to hear because, a lot of strategic marketing companies like us at BScene, there's a lot of services that we provide that maybe some business owners don't really know, like the fine print of or the detail of. And the one thing that I'm impressed with what, Peter and Patrick does is, they describe it to you, and then they get it done very efficiently, and they walk you through the process, and they make it make sense. I feel like a lot of companies don't make it make sense, and they're very transparent in what they offer. So, I'm really happy to hear that you've had a, great experience so far working with BScene.
Yeah. And that, that shouldn't surprise anyone. They, Peter and Patrick are New York Yankee fans, and New York Yankee fans are super sharp people. So
lastly, before we wrap this one up, I just kind of want to get into your vision for HamiltonDemo and just ask, what are some of your personal future business goals, maybe for the next 5 years? I know you've put in, 5 years, you said so far. What do the next 5 years you think look like for you guys, and what are some goals?
Oh, that's an awesome question, AT. So we are, as we're growing, we've got a number that we're looking to cross, and we are approaching that number. So I would say by the end of year 5, if not end of year 5, then year 6 for sure. And so that's a little bit faster than we had planned. So we're really excited about that. And I'll reach out to you, Pat and Peter, so you guys can promote that for us too, right? So that's great. Also, our commitment to our veterans. So wherever we go, we share whenever possible. We want to promote our veterans to any and every role that we have. I think it's super important. And in the upcoming years, within the next 5 years, we're going to have a spike in more opportunities to put these great people, men and women, in some phenomenal roles. I always love exploring roles where companies don't necessarily identify veterans as being a resource, and that's whether it's in trucking, in sales, business development, anything, technology, whatever it is. Sometimes, having a voice like mine and Shawn's, or anyone from HamiltonDemo, just mentioning it, they're like, oh yeah, they finally connected the dots, right? So we're really happy for that, and we're looking forward to promoting them.
That's awesome. Great to hear. And, Ivan, it's been a real pleasure talking to you and learning about HamiltonDemo. And, I just want to speak to anyone who is watching this. If you're a working person who is looking to make maybe a career jump or maybe even a career change, check out HamiltonDemo. If you want to learn more, of course, please watch this entire interview. Ivan's a great man. And to learn more about HamiltonDemo, go to www.hamiltondemo.com and you'll learn more about them there. Ivan, thank you very much for visiting with us today, and we really appreciate it. And we'll definitely be in touch. So thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for the kind words, AT. And I'll also say to your audience, please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn to connect, message. And our information is on the website as well. So feel free to, whatever is easiest, we'll look forward to and always welcome people reaching out to us.
Awesome. Great to hear. Thank you, Ivan. And to our viewers at home, this is Be Seen Solutions. So thank you for watching. And this was our interview, our spotlight interview with one of our amazing clients and friends, Yvan Demosthenes from HamiltonDemo. Thank you very much. And we'll see you guys later.